G'day everyone. This is Jill, also known as Jeannie Oz from the Land Down Under. And today I've got Ron Tanner from Family Search here to have a chat with me. Ever since I saw Ron on stage at Roots Tech in, I think it was 2012,
Right.
talking about the future direction of Family Search, was that right?
That's right.
I thought I'd like to have a chat with this guy and see what he's about and see what he does. So, Ron Tanner, what's your role at Family Search?
Well, what I'm responsible for
Yeah.
I'm a product manager, which means my job is to get in the mind of genealogists, study their brains, figure out how they think, what they're looking for, what they need, and come up with features and tools and things that we can deliver to make genealogists' lives better.
So, have you been behind the changes to the various iterations of the family tree?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes, as a matter of fact, after I'd been working at Family Search for a couple of years, I was asked to be responsible for the previous version, which was called newfamilysearch.org.
I remember that. We were very excited.
And then we started. I started releasing. We went to release every quarter and things like that, and it became obvious to me as I was understanding how people used the system that it had some flaws. And one of the flaws was that people couldn't fix the data that was on there. It really frustrated them. And so that's when I began to visit with a couple of other associates, and we worked on dreaming up a new tree. And that evolved into the family tree we have today, which gives us, it turned the data over to the people and let them correct it and make it right.
And
They're the
argue
ones
about it.
And argue about it. They have to argue about it.
Yeah.
In New Family Search, I remember talking and saying, in that, even back in 2012, they're saying, how many times can you die? People had 20 birth or death dates, it's like you only die once.
I hope so.
And actually, we argued about that when in Family Tree. I insisted on having only one birth and one death.
Yeah.
And they kept saying, but there's different data on different records. I said, they got to figure out which one is right and come up to it. And they said, let them all enter it. And I said, no, I want to force a conversation. You have to have that conversation so that you can wrestle together and figure out the right answer.
Well, I've been a little bit naughty, and I haven't had many people in my Family Search family tree. Then I discovered them. I've been using it as a resource or as a place for clues for many years. It's wonderful for clues, isn't it?
Yes.
And I found some really bad data, as you say, on it a few months ago, and I thought, I've got to fix that. So I got in and fixed it, and I've been waiting for someone to fix it back, but
they've left it alone.
They have left it alone.
That's terrific.
And then now, sideways, have you got something to do with the new centre in
the Discovery Center?
In the library?
No,
okay.
My only interactions with them is I've been helping them review their things they want to do and make sure that our tree system performs in a way that they can do their discovery things.
Yeah, but your tree system plays a big part in it. If they didn't have if they didn't have that,
Yeah.
So anyway, I went with two Australian friends. Well, we went to the opening. And one of them was related to Joseph Smith and an American president and Thomas Edison. And the other one had people, and I had no one.
No one.
So you know what I did?
What did you do?
I went back to the hotel room and I plugged in a few more people. And the next day, walking along here, a lady from Utah came up and said, Jill, I'm your cousin. I've just been. So do you think that's going to help?
Oh, yes.
People using that,
yes,
using that facility, finding that they haven't got relations or finding that they have, and then entering into the tree.
When you have a single tree that everybody is in, you can find those family connections.
Yeah.
And we just recently released a new relationship finding feature that you can go up 15 generations and down 15 generations, whereas before we only went 4. So you can go to a common ancestor and you click it and it tells you how you're related. Somebody else could go to that same common ancestor.
Can I do that from my PC, or I have to be in the centre to do that?
No, you can do that on the website today. Now you can't see how you're related to another living person because I'm not.
No.
But you can go to any ancestor in the tree. You'll see a little view relationship on the person. You click it and it'll show you your path to that ancestor.
Oh, so I could get Joseph Smith.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to go to Joseph Smith and click and see.
That's interesting because I was a bit disappointed that one of the applications didn't get into the finals in the Innovator
Oh, uh-huh.
Showdown, and that was the Cousins application, because that was going to do a similar thing with Family Search data. But you're doing it.
Well,
Sort of.
what they're probably doing, I
Yeah.
don't know it, but
Oh,
I suspect
okay.
Cousins was telling you how you're related to another person that's living, right?
It was sort of like Ancestry's We're Related.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
And,
yeah.
and I'm very excited because that's a wonderful way to bring young people in, isn't it? I
is.
know my grandchildren,
It is.
they're interested in stories, they're interested in DNA, but the old names and dates, doesn't do it for them.
Yeah, it's old history. But they like the stories. If
Yeah.
you can tell some good stories.
Yeah, stories.
One of the things we're looking into is whether or not we have a mobile app,
I've got
and
it.
it's very, very
on my
popular
phone.
mobile app,
Yep.
and especially with the younger generation.
Yeah.
We're looking to see if we can help two people find out how they're related. Imagine that
okay,
you take your
yes,
mobile phone, you
yep.
bump it to each other,
Yeah, yeah.
and it says, this is your line and your common ancestor,
Yeah.
and you guys are, third
Oh,
cousins
that-
or whatever. We'd like to do that because it makes it real.
It does. It does.
And-
So what else have you got in the pipeline?
Oh, well, we want...
Don't give away too many secrets, but we'd love to
okay.
know.
What we'd like to do, we
Yeah.
want to figure out a way for families to really work together
Mm-hmm.
to do that. We want it because it just gets everybody together. They can have the joy together when they find a person. So we're working on trying to share living together
Mm-hmm,
and then share the work together. So like shared to-dos,
Do's,
share
yeah.
memories, all those sort of things to
Yeah,
sort of just
yeah.
help get all the family engaged together.
Many hands make light work.
Yes, it
Don't
does.
they do? Now, somewhere I had an idea that you moonlighted as a comedian, or you
yeah.
are a comedian. Is this true?
No, I'm not a comedian. I'm just a happy guy.
You're just
And
a
for
happy
some reason,
guy.
it just comes naturally.
And is that because you work at Family Search?
Well, I know I'm happier at Family Search than I have been in other places.
Oh, that's
I
good
just
to
love
know.
the work and I'm passionate about it, and you ought to have fun.
And-
So when I sit and think about going out and presenting,
Yeah.
you have to be happy and have
Absolutely,
fun. You don't want it to be
yeah.
the drudgery, it's the joy, and you got to remember that. So I
That's
try to
good.
make it fun and happy because it's a great thing to be doing.
Ron, on that note, we've been given the wind up. I just want to thank you so much for telling us a little bit about Family Search and for letting me know about that guy on the stage
Oh,
in
thank you very much.
2012.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.